New from SJR Models. It is Martin Truex Jr.'s 2023 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry TRD. 124 scale, full detail kit. So new for this kit is going to be obviously the Toyota specific parts. Everything else is going to be shared between the other makes, the Ford and Chevy. And that includes, unfortunately, the engine, which is shared between all three makes as well. So no Toyota engine. There's also a new parts tree that has been added with the start of the Toyota kits, and it is going to be today's What's in the Box. Taking a look at the body, you can see it is molded in black. Taking a look at parts tree T. No doubt the T stands for Toyota. So here is the hood, which unfortunately we cannot backdate this kit for 2022. The hood vents were changed between 2022 and for 23. I mean, if you want to be accurate. Underside of the dash, top side of the dash. Here we have Toyota ducting, the low downforce spoiler, another radiator ducting there, front half, and the switch panel that attaches to the dash. Taking a look at parts tree R, which is the new parts tree in this kit. It's basically kind of, we can call it the wet weather package parts tree. So up here, parts 3 and 4 are going to be the rear tire bud flaps, rain flaps. I'm not sure what parts 1 and 2 are for just yet. And this is the new front bumper that was made for the Toyota bodies. The Ford and Chevy bumper would not fit. There was some interference, fit issues with the way the Toyota nose is shaped, so they had to make a new bumper for the Toyota kits. Over here, these are going to be the front bumper, lower grille bumper camera pod, and the rear tail light panel camera pod. And this is going to be the wiper blade, which is a part of the wet weather package. Getting started with parts tree B, which is the underside paneling rear diffuser parts tree. So we'll start with the under paneling diffuser back here. The splitter up front. Here we have the digital dash. Here we have the fuel filler lines, hoses. Over here on the left we have some of the ducting. Depending on which make you're building, you will not be using some of these pieces. Here we have the cold air box and intake pieces. This is going to be used for the Chevys only. The seat, 2-piece. Moving on to parts tree C. So in this corner we have the leg rest, oil pan, window net, part of the radiator, the A-pillar window net, pedals, the other part of the main radiator. Here we have the pedal box, a cross member bar for the engine compartment, more radiator and ducting. This is going to be for the Chevys. Over here we have the rear wheel wells, along with the prop shaft. Here we have the BBS wheels, 2 pieces. Parts tree E is next, and it is part of the chassis parts tree. So here in this corner we have the top part of the roll cage and the foam insert pad that goes next to the driver's seat. And next to it we have in the middle the one cross roll bar and a vertical roll bar, and then the left and right side of the roll cage. Down here we have the tunnel, another crossbar, and the left and right side of the front clip. And over here we have some more roll bars, this fire suppression bottles, the rear view mirror, the electronic view rear view mirror, crossbar there, part of the lower part of the front clip, and the ECU ignition box. Moving on now to parts tree D, which is more chassis parts. Top left we have the roll bars that go attached to the rear bulkhead, and to the right of that we have the rear shelf tray. Here we have the rear bulkhead. Down here we have the bottom part of the rear clip, left and right rear clip pieces, top part of the fuel cell. On this side we have the rear end of the rear clip, another piece of the shelf, and the firewall. Parts tree G is up next, and it is suspension and more chassis pieces. Up here we have the transaxle, the end caps of the exhaust, part of the belt pulley. And here we have the brakes, rear, front, decent amount of detail on them. Rear bumper piece, front part of the transaxle. Down here we have the steering shaft, transaxle or drive shafts, steering column, the steering rack, and the gear shift. Here we have the steering wheel, exhaust headers. Down here we have the front bumper, which you won't be using in the Toyota kit, and the base of the chassis. Parts tree A is next. This has some engine pieces and some suspension pieces. Up here we have the bracing for the rear bumper, bracing for the front bumper. Here we have the rear suspension axle piece. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Lower control arms, the rear upper control arms. Here we have the engine, valve covers, heads, engine blocks. Here we have the bell housing, radiator hoses. Here we have the control arms, upper and lower for the front, the dampers, front suspension pieces, the coil packs, fuel rail, front accessory piece for the engine, intake, wires. Clear parts tree is next. We'll get started here in the middle. We have the front window and the rear window. Here is the high downforce spoiler, which is used at Daytona, Talladega, and sadly Atlanta now, and the shark fins, trunk, and C-pillar. Here we have the passenger side window, the A-pillar window, and the side windows. Taking a look now at the tires, Goodyear Race Slicks. Taking a look now at the Toyota Camry decal sheet. You can see it is pretty full. So up here we have the headlight decals, the grille decals, Camry badging, Camry decals, side skirt, the TRD decals, window wheel decals. Back here we have more window trim decals, the tail lights, hood pins. Now we're going to take a look at the decals. You can see there are two sheets. And we'll start with the main sheet. And you can see, as you can see, it is a full wrap decal. Basically, no painting is required of the body. It's all going to be done by decals. And it looks looking at how they split up the decals, it should make for a fairly easy time of applying them. And what we'll call this the roof decal sheet, the greenhouse decal sheet. All this is going to go on the greenhouse, the roof, as well as some sponsor decals and some other detail decals. I'm going to take a look now at the instruction book. and the insert page for this kit, and the decal placement guide. So that, my friends, is going to do it for this look at Martin Truex Jr.'s 2023 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry TRD kit from S&JR Models. On that note, thank you guys for watching.